Nim is probably one of the coolest tools that I've seen in a while. It is a AI image and video generator, and it's this all-inclusive piece of software online, and it takes the latest models and templates and it brings it into one easy to use, intuitive interface. And today I'm going to walk through a demo of using Nim, and we'll go over all the tools, all the features, and hopefully it's helpful. It's been a little bit since I've been excited about an app. You've probably heard of things like Kling and Runway AI, and those tools are great, but Nim is something special. Today, we're going to go through the actual software interface and go through every feature it has to offer and test it a little bit to see how it stacks up against some of the other AI tools. Some of the features that Nim includes are image to video, text to video, a Restyle video feature, a special way that it can help you rewrite prompts to improve them for some of the models. You can upload a photo and it can describe it for you, so you can easily reverse engineer prompts, and a lot of other tools. Let's dive in and take a look at Nim. It is a free and paid service. The free service has limitations to it, like all free services and free softwares online. Usually you just get a taste of what it has to offer. And right now it has 4 different tiers: $12.50 a month, $25 a month, and $50 a month. And right now I'm using the Pro plan, which is $25 a month. So far, it's been okay for me using the tool. If I was going to create a lot of video, I probably would upgrade to the max subscription. All right, let's explore Nim. As you can see on the homepage, lots of video creations. And if you have the free version or some of the lower tiered paid versions, then all your content will be accessible. If you have some of the higher tiered paid versions, then you have the ability to create everything private. And I'm going to show you that. Here on the homepage, you have at the top left-hand corner, Explore, Workspace, and Create. Under the workspace settings, you can have different types of projects. And for example, if we click on a new project, you can name the project and what it's about, various tags. This is the area where if you had a pro version or higher, you can make the project private if you'd like, or you can click to anyone with a link, private or public, which I think is a pretty cool feature. Now, let's look at Create. As you can see, the interface is pretty intuitive. You have all your tools. So the text to image, the image to video, the describe tool, text to video, Restyle, and lip sync. And one thing to note is that when you click on a tool, you'll go and you'll see different models, and we're going to go over that, but we're just going to start with all the tools, starting with the text to image. Right now, the image models available are Flux and Google, and there's different versions of Flux, and it shows the cost per credit to generate an image. You can create a prompt. You can change the aspect ratio. You can click on more controls, which shows you the seed. So the seed is something that you can use to create very similar, almost the same type of image. And the other cool feature that this software has is this little auto enhance prompt. Sometimes we type in a few words and what we think in our head and what we actually want to see is completely different. And creating prompts for image and video generators is a skill and an art. And the more you use it, depending on the model, the outcome is going to be very different. So if you want to use your own prompt, you can uncheck this and it will just go to the model and use your prompt. I would recommend trying both versions with an image just to give you an idea of how it changes the prompt and how it changes the image. The next tool we're going to look at is image to video. So you can take any type of image. You can put a text prompt in, or you can create a suggestion. So I'm going to click create a suggestion. And for the model, we're just going to we'll try LumaRay 2. So we'll go ahead and generate that. And it does take a couple minutes for various images. All right, let's take a look at what we created. So the image was just an image I created, I think, on Midjourney. And with the prompt, it created this. Next, we're going to go to the describe tool. And I think this is pretty cool to reverse engineer various images. So let's use a random image. And it came up with an intricately designed mythical creature stands proudly against a softly blurred blue background. Its vibrant blue skin contrasts with ornate golden armor. Pretty interesting. Now I'm going to copy this prompt and I'm just going to put it in the image generator. I'm going to give that describe image a try. And we will use Flux Pro. And we'll also use Google's Imagen. Okay, so we covered the text, the image, the describe, and one of the coolest features I think is the text to video. It takes a little bit to go and you can create various lengths, 5 seconds or 10 seconds, depending on the model. The other day I did a demonstration using Google's new VO2, which is probably one of the coolest models out right now. And there's a few ways that you can use it for developers in softwares like this using that model, or you can actually use it for free. And I did show how you could use it for free on a mobile device right now. It's not as great as using it on a text to video prompt software like this because you can customize the prompts, but it does give you access to use it to see how the video actually turns out. Here are some videos that I previously created. And these were using VO2. And I haven't tested every single model here yet. Restyle a video. What this will allow you to do is restyle a video. And under the restyle features, you can choose 2 models, restyle and improve or restyle and replace. I'm going to use the restyle and improve. And they have everything from animation to anime. I'm going to try animation and no prompt. It's going to take a little bit to generate. All right, that is generating. Let's try some other tools. The lip sync, you can go ahead and upload a video and then you can type in text and it will create speech. An example of this
A
is
quiet mind sees clearly through troubled waters. When anger rises, a quiet mind sees clearly through troubled waters.
so that video was generated completely with NIM using Google's VO2 model. And I use this feature to input some text and it generated that. This was the first video with no sound,
A quiet mind sees clearly through
and
troubled
that's with
waters.
the lip sync added. All right, so we covered all the main tools, and now here are some of the advanced tools. There's an upscale feature, and you can upload or drop an image similar to some of the other AI image tools where you can upscale the image. The next tool is Keyframes. So you can create a transition between two different keyframes. The first frame you can upload, and the last frame. Here's an example that I used. So I used Midjourney to create two pictures, a young girl and an older woman, and transition between that. Within this feature, you can create a prompt to and describe what's happening in the scene. Otherwise, it just uses its own imagination. So if you want a transition or something specific, put a text prompt in. The motion strength and consistency with input. These are two controls that you have. The more or less motion on a scale of 2 to 20 and consistency. So if it's very consistent or creative, you can play around with those things. And this is just an example. So I believe this was set to motion was 20, consistency was about the middle, and that's the transition that you see. And with the other one, I put the motion strength lower and the consistency higher. And it's not much of a motion. All right, expression transfer. This is one feature that I haven't had great success with.
A
This is an
quiet mind
example.
sees clearly through
You
troubled waters. When a quiet mind sees clearly through troubled waters.
so you upload a source video and then the target image, and it's supposed to recreate it. Again,
A quiet mind sees clearly through troubled waters. When a quiet mind sees clearly through troubled waters.
that's mostly what I've been getting, trying different variations of it. I'll probably play around with it more for a future video if I can get it to work better. Adding a sound. This is a pretty cool tool as well, where you upload a video. And previously, I took a video that I already made, this person driving a truck, and I wanted it to create some country music instrumental. There's both positive and negative prompts that you can write something in. And right now, there's only one model. And again, you can enhance the prompt if you want. This is the sound that country music instrumental added. So instead of using stock audio, which sometimes gets banned, it's a nice little feature for some of the videos that you're creating. The extend video feature allows you to upload a video and then create and extend the video. And you have motion and consistency as far as controls, just like some of the last tools. So the color grading tool so far, it doesn't seem like you can do as much. When you think of color grading, you select one color and you can change the various characteristics of the colors for the whole video. And with this tool, it only allows you to just pick one color or have it randomize the color. This is an example
OpenAI
of
Sora or Google's
the input and
OpenAI's
it
Sora
or Google.
OpenAI's
This was the
Sora
input,
or Google's via OpenAI's
and
Sora
this is what it
or
automatically
Google's
generated
OpenAI's
using
Sora.
gray relight. So this is another tool. You upload a video, you can create a prompt, and this is an
OpenAI's Sora
example. I
or
said
Google's
neon
OpenAI's
light,
Sora or OpenAI's Sora or Google's VO2. OpenAI's.
so with this, I've still playing around with it. When you upload a video, you can input a prompt, but then after it's uploaded, there's a little feature that pops up that says draw, and you can draw on the areas that you want highlighted. The last image, I just covered the whole image and tested it, but you can play around with this tool. I haven't had great success so far, but again, I've only used this specific tool a few times. All right. The last of the advanced tools is edit the image, a random image, and you can prompt it to say add various objects. Here is the example of the input for a video, and here is the animation. Definitely interesting. Not horrible. Don't really think it looks like me, but so we went over the main tools, the advanced tools, and experimental tools is next. You can replace a background. All right, so going back to the edit an image, this was the input, and I asked it to add a winter hat. So that came out pretty decent. You can tell a little bit that it's AI generated, but the other one was I took the same image and I asked it to change the shirt to red. And this came out actually pretty great, almost if you were to Photoshop it yourself. Or give this video a try to replace the background with a New York City street and the object to preserve one or two words. So I just put man, slow motion, another advanced tool. You can edit a region of a video specifically. All right. I have not tried this feature yet, edit a region of a video. So I took the guy driving a vehicle and the generalized, I want the scene to be at night. And I want I guess you have to describe the object. So the male hands, and I want the hands to be turned to older female hands. Let's give this a try. And the last is image blending. We're going to take two photos and I'm going to turn it all the way up to creative. Let's see what it comes up with. All right. And one of the last cool features, which it seems hidden, I'm not sure why it's so difficult to find, but over here on the right, there's a little feature that says story. And if you click on it, you can add your images and videos together based on everything you created. You can check them and you can click add. And what this will do is it will put your whole story together so you can download them all together. So say you wanted to make a quick little 30-second video, you have a few prompts of scenes, you generate the images, and instead of downloading everything separately, if they're all going to be combined, you can go ahead and do that. And you can also add sound to it. Let's give it a try. All right. And that is NIM. And hopefully NIM will continue to add models. But as far as some of the tools that I've used, this by far takes everything together out of all the tools that I've been recently trying, especially when it comes to AI image, audio, and video. NIM is definitely at the top of the list because it integrates a whole bunch of these models together and creates a workspace for you to be able to create, explore, and test the limits of some of these tools. Hopefully, this was helpful. And if you have any questions about the tool, let me know in the comments. And also, if you would like to see any other software tools or how to involving AI tools, leave a comment